Santham Academy. Welcome to Digital Kaksha. To get updates on new videos, click the subscribe button and the bell icon.
Good morning everyone. Today we will be learning chapter 3 of class 10th, which is pair of linear equations in two variables. The name of the chapter is pair of linear equations in two variables. Today we will be learning about the linear equations in two variables. Then what is the solution of linear equations in two variables and the methods of finding the solution. Now, before starting with the chapter, you should know what is an equation, because the term equation has been used here, so you should know what is the meaning of equation. But for knowing the equations, you should know what is an algebraic expression. For knowing the meaning of the term equation, you must know about algebraic expression. Now, in your previous class, you have already learned about the term algebraic expression. Algebraic expression means the combination of constants, variables and mathematical operators. So, let us write an example of algebraic expression. I have written here 3x plus 2. This is an algebraic expression because 2 is constant over here, x is a variable that I have used, and both the terms are joined by plus sign. So, I can say that 3x plus 2 is an algebraic expression because it's a combination of constant, variable and mathematical operator. Now, the question arises how an algebraic expression it becomes an equation. Algebraic expressions become an equation. So let us take the same algebraic expression, which is 3x plus 2. If I am equating 3x plus 2 to equals to 0, I have equated 3x plus 2 equals to 0. So this will become an equation. So for an algebraic expression to be an equation, it should have an equals to sign over there. Without equals to sign, it will not be called as an equation. It will be called as an expression. Yes? So, here 3x plus 2 equals to 0 is an equation. It is called an equation. Now again let us read the heading. It is the pair of linear equation. Before coming to linear equation, we must know what is the degree. This also you have learned previously in the last class. That is what is a degree. You all must be knowing. Degree means highest power. What we call degree? Highest power. So, when we will see equation, that is 3x plus 2 equals to 0. Now, we will see the power of the variable x over there. That means it does not have any power, means it has the power 1. That means 3x plus 2 equals to 0. This equation has the power 1. So, we call such equations as because in this equation 3x plus 2 equals to 0. The degree of the equation over here is 1. That means that it is a linear equation. But since I am using only one variable, that is variable x over there, so it is called as linear equation in one variable. But in this chapter we have to learn about pair of linear equations in two variables. Now we will be learning about linear equations in two variables. For learning about linear equations in two variables, let us take an example. The example is 5x plus 7y plus 11 equals to 0. The example of linear equation in two variable is 5x plus 7y plus 11 equals to 0. Why we are calling it as linear equation in two variables? Because we are having the variable x and the variable y over here. Since we are using two variables, therefore it is called as linear equation in two variables. So now from this, can I write the standard form of linear equation in two variables? So let us write the standard form. The standard form of writing linear equation in two variables is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Now here, let us understand what is a over here. By looking at the standard form, you can understand that a is the coefficient of x. A is the coefficient of x and b over here is the coefficient of y. B is the coefficient of y and the c, that term c I have written is constant over here. Now when you will compare it with the example, so on comparing, what is the coefficient of x? 5. So I can say that a will be 5. When I am comparing it with the coefficient of y, it is 7. So the value of b will be 7. And the constant, when I am comparing, I am getting 11. So the value of constant is 11 over there. Now for this to be a linear equation, it must satisfy a condition. The condition is the value of a and b should never be equals to 0. The value of a and b should not be equals to 0. This condition is very important. If a is equals to 0 and b becomes equals to 0, then this will be 0. Anything into 0 will be 0. This term will also be 0. So it will not be called as linear equation. So for an equation to be a linear equation, the value of a and b, that is the coefficient of x and the coefficient of y, should never be equals to 0. Now in this chapter we have also learned about pair of linear equations. Before coming to it, we must know what is the meaning of the term pair. Pair means set of two. Pair means set of two. So since here we are talking about pair of linear equations, that means that we will be dealing with two linear equations. For solving the linear equations, we need two equations over here. So let us see the standard form of writing the pair of linear equations. The standard form of pair of linear equation since we need two equations. So the first equation, let it be a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0. This is the first equation. So I am using a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0. And since I need two equations, so let second equation be a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. Yes. Now here also the conditions will be same, that the value of a1 should never be equals to 0 and the value of b1 should also never be equals to 0. Same applies for the second equation, that the value of a2 should never be equals to 0 and the value of b2 should also never be equals to 0. Now here a, b can be any real number, but its value should not be equals to 0. After this, these are the pair of linear equations. Now we need two equations for finding the solution. So the next thing is that our next topic, solution of linear equation. Now the question arises, what is solution? Every problem has a solution. That whenever we are in a problem, we are looking out for a solution. The same is for mathematics, that we have been given the problems and we need to find the solution over there. So solution means, since we are talking about linear equation in two variables, so here we are using the variable x and y. So those value of x and y which satisfy the given equation is called as the solution of the linear equation. That means that I will be getting the value of x and y. When I will be substituting over here, my LHS should be equals to RHS. So solution means finding the value of unknown variables. That means here I have the unknown variable x and y. When I will be finding the value of unknown variables, it should be such that it should satisfy the given equation. Now we'll talk more about the solutions of linear equation in two variables. We will be discussing about what are the solutions of linear equation and how we will classify the system of linear equation has which kind of solution. So we will be dealing with the solutions of linear equation in two variables. The topic is the solution of linear equation. Already I have discussed with you, solution means the value of unknown variables that satisfy the given linear equation. Now there are two types of solutions we can say. One, we call it as consistent. The first type of solution that we will be dealing with is the type of solution either it is consistent and second inconsistent. Now these two terms consistent and inconsistent are new to you. So let us first understand when the pair of linear equation gives us consistent solution or when it will give us inconsistent solution. Now when you are solving the linear equation, either you are getting a single solution. When you are getting a single solution, then such pair of linear equations are called as consistent. Now you can get infinitely many solutions also. It's not defined that every time you will be getting only one solution. You can get many number of solutions. So when you are getting infinitely many solutions, then also the pair of linear equation will be called as consistent. Now when you are getting only one solution, such kind of solutions are called as unique solution. We call such solutions as unique solution. Yes, those solutions where when on solving the linear equation we are getting only one single solution. On solving a linear equation when we are getting only one single solution, then such solutions is called as unique solution, and the pair of linear equations are called as consistent. And when you are getting infinitely many solutions, then also the pair of linear equations are called as consistent. So can I say that for the linear equation to be consistent, either it should give you a solution or it can give you many solutions. But there should be a solution, yes? Now the next thing, when you are not getting any solution, that means no solution. Then such pair of linear equations are called as inconsistent. When on solving the pair of linear equation you don't get any of the solution, then such pair of linear equations are called as inconsistent. So for a linear equation to give you a solution, they are called as consistent, and when they are not giving you any solution, they are called as inconsistent. So you will be dealing with these two words when you will be solving the questions ahead when we are talking about solution. So the question arises, how to find the solution. So in our next topic, we will be learning methods of finding the solution of linear equation in two variables. How to find the solution? There are two different types of methods of finding the solution. We will be learning about methods of finding the solution of linear equations in two variables. Now, there are two methods. One is the graphical method and the second method is the algebraic method. The whole chapter has been divided in these two methods, but before starting with the graphical or algebraic method, we have one more method by which, without solving it algebraically, you can find the solution of the linear equation. You can check whether the given solution will be consistent or inconsistent. That method is called as by comparing the ratio. Only by comparing the ratio also, you can check whether the pair of linear equations will give you consistent or inconsistent solution. So, before learning with these two methods, the graphical and the algebraic method, we should know how to find the solution by comparing the ratio. We will be learning the method of finding the solution by comparing the ratios. Now for finding the solution by comparing the ratio, we need to write the standard form of two linear equations. Yes? So let us write the standard form. equals to 0, and the second pair will be a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. These are two linear equations. Now, what are the ratio we'll be finding? We'll be finding the ratio of the coefficients. Yes, the ratio of coefficients. Coefficient of x and coefficients of y. Now, the first condition for it is if the ratio of a1 upon a2, the ratio of a1 upon a2, if it is not equals to the ratio of b1 upon b2, then we will be getting unique solution. We have already discussed about unique solution, that when you are getting one single solution, then such solutions are called as unique solution. Yes? Then second condition for this is if the ratio of a1 upon a2, if this is equals to the ratio of b1 upon b2, and if it is equals to the ratio of c1 upon c2. That means when all the three ratios are equal, then such kind of equations will give us infinitely many solutions. And the last condition is third condition, that is if the ratio of a1 upon a2 is equals to the ratio of b1 upon b2, but if it is not equals to the ratio of c1 upon c2, then in such case we will be having no solution for it. Which kind of solution? No solution. Now, we have to check whether it will give us consistent or inconsistent solution. So, if we are getting unique solution, then the pair of linear equations will be consistent. We have already discussed that either you are getting a single solution or you are getting many solutions, the pair of linear equations will be consistent. Now in the second case, when all the three ratios are equal, then the pair of equation will give us infinitely many solutions. Then such equations will also be consistent. Yes? And in the third case, if the first two ratios are equal, that is a1 upon a2 equals to b1 upon b2, but not equals to c1 upon c2, then we are not getting any solution. Then such pair of linear equation will be inconsistent. Actually, from this we can conclude that consistent means dependent. It is depending on the solution. We are getting a solution, therefore the pair of equations are called as consistent. So in general, I can say that consistent means dependent and it will depend on the solution. And inconsistent means it will not depend on the solution. That means that it will be independent because we are not getting any solution over here. So, by comparing the ratios, you can check whether the pair of linear equations will give you consistency or it will be inconsistent. So, the type of solution we can check it only by comparing the ratios also. Now, we will see some questions based on the comparing of ratios. So, we will be writing some questions. Now, the question is, you have to check whether the pair of linear equations are consistent. Now, the linear equation is 9x plus 3y plus 12 equals to 0 and 18x plus 6y plus 24 equals to 0. Now here we will be checking the consistency by comparing the ratios. So first of all, let us see what is the coefficients of x, y and what is the constant. So in the first equation, what is a1 over here? 9. What is the value of b1 over here? The coefficient of y? 3. And what is the value of c1 over here? That is equals to 12. In the second equation, the value of a2, that is the coefficient of x, will be 18. The value of b2 will be 6. And the constant in the second equation is 24. Yes. Now, when we will be comparing the ratios, we will be writing first if a1 upon a2. Now, what is the value of a1? It is 9 and the value of a2 is 18. So, we will be writing 9 upon 18. We have substituted the value. Now, if it is not in the simplest form, you have to convert it in the simplest form. Yes. So, by 9 I will divide it. 9 ones are 9 and 9 twos are 18. So, answer will be 1 upon 2. In the second case, we have to take the ratio of b1 upon b2. What is the value of b1? 3. I will be writing in the numerator 3 and in the denominator I will be writing 6. Again I will divide it by 3. 3 ones are 3. 3 twos are 6. It will be equals to 1 upon 2. Since the first two ratios are equal, it's compulsory for me to check the third ratio, that is of constant, C1 upon C2. Again we will be substituting the values over there. C1, the value is 12 and the value of C2, it is 24. Now we will again divide it by 12. 12 ones are 12 and 12 twos are 24. So now the ratio, it will be 1 upon 2. Yes. So you can observe here by looking at the ratios that the ratio of A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2, all the three ratios are equals to 1 upon 2. Yes. That means that all the three ratios are equal. So can I say that A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 and that is equals to C1 upon C2. Now previously what we have learned, when all the three ratios are equal, then it will give us infinitely many solutions. It will give us infinitely many solutions. And when we are getting many solutions, then we call such pair of equations as consistent. Such pair of equations are called as consistent. So I can say that at the last, the equation 9x plus 3y plus 12 equals to 0 and 18x plus 6y plus 24 equals to 0 gives us consistent type of solution. Hence, we have checked the consistency just by comparing the ratios. Only by comparing the ratios, we have checked the consistency of pair of linear equation. Now, in the next video, we will be learning about the graphical methods and the algebraic method of solving the pair of linear equations. But I hope you all must be clear with today's topic, that is, what is the linear equation, what is linear equation in two variables, then what are the solutions of linear equation, and the method of finding the solution by comparing the ratio. So, thank you everyone. This is all. In the next video, we'll come up with the next topic. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more.